we get to one of her most brutal kills. She drops down like she's about to do a hell sweep, but she kicks this dude in the gut. And this kick was so hard, it literally made this dude's head explode.
Nah. If I'm in that room, get me the fuck out now. All right. And today we finally got the trial of MAKI ZENIN by CJ Dachamp. Now, I have not reacted to CJ in a while simply because I just keep forgetting to watch the vid. I keep forgetting to react to them. I'll see them and I'll see other videos and I'll think, we got a lot of nerdcore for the week. Let's just wait for another day. I shouldn't wait for another day. So next time, or not even next time, this time, we're gonna watch this before the next one drops. Simple as that. So with that being said, let's get into it.
And I ain't gonna hold y'all, I gotta get this off my chest real quick, cause who was bro right here feeling like? Like, bro, look at him. He was walking up all confident, doing all this extra shit just to get dropped in 5 seconds. Like, come on, dog. You are a background character. You ain't even got a name. Know your role, nigga. You are not that guy, pal. All right,
MAKI ZENIN trial.
Welcome to another special emergency impromptu mini trial. Yeah, not gonna lie, these is back-to-back videos that was not planned. But after what I've seen and witnessed again, I had to make another detour because good God, MAKI ZENIN, bro. Like, if you've already seen this episode of JJK, you knew this video was coming. Because this was generally one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Just wiped the whole bloodline off the map. So with that being said, it's trial time, baby. So y'all already know we got the evidence on deck and we counting how many bodies got dropped at the end of this. So let's not waste no more time. Without further ado, Exhibit Z. Wiping the ZENIN.
Yo, these impromptu exhibits getting freaking impromptu letters. Come on, bro. Once again, ABC is the exhibits, not Z, brother.
Clan off the map. Now, since this is a trial and we are reviewing a pretty massive crime, let's go ahead and get the main question out the way first. Was MAKI blaming her entire clan justified?
Yes.
And I ain't gonna lie, I'm here to tell you right now. Yes.
Yes.
100% yes. All these sorry ass, fraudulent ass niggas had to go. Just straight up, these niggas suck. Big 3 family, my ass. Like, bro, some real shit. The ZENIN clan might be one of the most toxic fictional families of all time. I mean, they are competing with the big dogs of dog shit families. Like, they running with the Mishimas, the Hanmas, the Targaryens, the royal family of the Fire Nation.
Isn't that the fucking
Mishimas,
hold on,
the Hanmas, the
Targaryens is Game of Thrones, right? Crazy pull.
Targaryens, the royal family of the Fire Nation, like
yeah, that, oh gosh, the fact that this is definitely one of the worst like families in all of fiction. They're up there. I promise you, they're up there with when it comes to families.
These niggas were terrible. The only thing these greedy motherfuckers valued in life was status and power. Like, for example, if you had low curse energy or your curse technique didn't meet up to their standard, they treated you like garbage. They wouldn't even look at your ass. And oh Lord, don't even get me started on the misogyny. This motherfucker Naoya, bro, had to go. This nigga is basically what would happen if Fresh and Fit did the fusion dance. They turned it into I mean, the stuff he was saying about women, like, good God, bro was talking crazy. And last but not least, and one of the prime reasons they had to get packed up was because of her ugly ass, old ass, black-eyed daddy. This man might be in the running for one of the worst dads in anime history. Like, him and her sorry ass mama both had to go. I mean, this nigga really made a whole plan to slime out his own daughters. Oki literally hated MAKI and Mai simply because he thought that his daughters were the reason he wasn't named head of the clan. I mean, the first thing MAKI sees when she comes back home home is her father standing over her sister's body after he beat the dog water out of her. Then he decides to cut his own daughter down in cold blood, and then he proceeds to drag both of his children's bodies through a dark hallway and throws both of them in a chamber full of curses and leaves his own children in there for dead. These niggas had to go. Every last one.
They had it coming
100%.
100%.
Were generally terrible people. So when Mai told Maki to destroy it all and sacrifices herself because her literal existence was nerfing Maki because of the whole identical twin thing in JJK, this was the last day on Earth.
Never completely understood the twin thing. Because you have a twin, it's like you're not as strong. That one, I never fully understood that.
For every last person in the ZENIN compound that day. Because since Mai took all the curse energy with her when she passed, it left Maki with none. And with the heavenly restriction that she has, she basically got a game-breaking buff and became a physical freak of nature, just like her deadbeat uncle. So the first victim of Maki's massacre was her bum-ass deadbeat dad. And she made quick work of his sorry ass. Hell, he was so scared when he felt her aura, this nigga thought Toji came back from the dead like the Undertaker. But nah, bro charged up his attack just for Maki to hit him with a
I like it.
What the? After this is pretty much when I stopped watching the episode. Seeing her literally take his top off like that on some Kenjaku shit was crazy.
the nigga's dome piece off. After she dropped off her sorry ass pops, next up on the chopping block were the Kukuru unit. And this is the moment where Maki turned into the bride. Cause the way she was dicing these niggas up really had me thinking I was watching the anime adaptation of Kill Bill. Now let's set the scene. After her pops got a fresh lineup, the whole compound ended up going on lockdown, and Maki ended up getting surrounded by the Kukuru unit. A bunch of nameless ZENIN clan NPCs with no curse techniques that ranks were filled up with a bunch of bald niggas and motherfuckers with butts cause that have never had a tip fade or a lineup ever in their life. But luckily for the Kukuru unit, they were surrounding the best barber in Jujutsu Society. So a bunch of them end up running at her, but she swings once and gets a quadruple kill. Then after she drops the first four, she just casually starts to walk down these niggas. Look at this one kill.
Damn! Wait, no, cause the clean ass, the turn to the flip while cutting them? Nah, that was clean as fuck. Again, beautiful animation.
Off and sliced him down the middle. And while she was mid-air, she hits his sword and it was straight into this dude's neck. So after she wiped out the first wave of dudes, this one bald nigga, and I ain't gonna hold y'all, I gotta get this off my chest real quick, cause who was bro right here feeling like? Like, bro, look at him. He was walking up all confident, doing all this extra shit just to get dropped in 0.5 seconds. Like, come on, dog. You are
that was so quick.
Character. You ain't even got a name. Know your role, nigga. You are not that guy, pal. So after this bald nigga lost all of his aura, Maki just continued to brutally murder everyone in sight. Nobody in that room was safe. She was styling on these niggas so hard the screen turned gray and black, just like when the bride ripped the dude's eyes out. Now when she continued to cut everyone down, we get to one of her most brutal kills. She drops down like she's about to do a hell sweep, but she kicks this dude in the gut. And this kick was so hard, it literally made this dude's head explode.
Nah, if I'm in that room, get me the fuck out now. Are we serious? We're still trying to get her after that? At that point, we just line up like, what?
Yeah, not gonna lie, if I'm one of these dudes and I just saw one of my homies go out like that, I'm gonna be real, I'm hopping on a plane
Facts.
and leaving Japan ASAP. Cause I'm not about to lose my life for this shit, gang. A nigga's head just exploded. You got me f***ed up. So after she just exploded bro's cranium, these two come in and swing, but they get instantly decapitated. Then this one tries to attack her, but she hits the limbo and gives this nigga one of the nastiest side eyes. She really looked at bro like,
"Are you serious, my brother?"
Then cuts his sword in half. And while bro was just left in disbelief, he had no time to think about his next move, cause he ended up getting split in two. Then she ends up jumping up top. And look at this brother right here. You can tell just by the look in his eyes that he didn't already do.
He immediately, as soon as she landed,
and look at this brother right here.
He immediately thought, no.
You can tell just by the look in his eyes that he done already doodled his pants, and he's regretting his entire life right now. Bro is probably in his head cursing his parents for birthing him in this family. Maki ends up cutting them all down and painting the wall red, and finally puts that one guy out of his misery. Then she ends up pulling off one of the sauciest sequences in anime history. She jumps down and starts sliding on the blood and booze like 10 niggas. Then while she was still sliding, one dude tries to hit her, but she ends up hitting the limbo again and ends up transitioning into a bicycle kick and snatches bro's ankles. Then the last guy in the sequence got dunked.
Again, I still don't know why they're still there, bro. I just saw my man's get taken out by a girl who flipped, took his literally took his ankles, and then went back to sliding on blood. Like, are we're still here? We're still trying to pull something off?
The dirtiest out of everyone. She slid on the blood while standing upright and pulled up in front of this dude's face. And she stared into his soul and hit him with a
pay me to black him out.
In the air.
Not gonna lie, this might be one of the most disrespectful moments of all time, simply because of how nonchalant she was while doing this. She really slid on the blood and passed by both of these niggas and singled dude out specifically just to hit him with a 1-inch punch and send him flying. Like, that is just flat out ridiculous. So she runs up to this one dude and she packs him up just like Anakin did to Count Dooku. She cuts his hands clean off and disarms him. And while this dude was screaming in pain, his sword that ended up flying landed on top of this dude's dome. The dude wasn't even expecting it. Poor guy.
I can't lie, it's a funny ass death. You cut bro's arms off, and the sword that went flying landed on another dude. Nah, that's some goofy shit right there.
I died because of collateral damage. So as Maki continued to cut down the last wave of ZENIN NPCs, she decides to finish him off with a Devil May Cry combo. She starts to swing and chop up every nigga in the room. So when she finally stands upright, everybody else in the room drops dead. And with that, Maki just casually dropped off the entire Kukuru unit that consisted over 100+ niggas. She dropped off over 100 people in that room in about 2 minutes. That's just pure wicked work right there. So after the Kukuru unit was wiped out, we move on to our next set of victims, who were known as the Hei. Now the Hei consisted of the strongest sword.
I've read that as Hiei. I read that as Hiei. I'm like, that's Hiei. And then he said, hey. I'm like, that's not hey. That's not hey. What? I'm sorry, the pronunciation and like spelling just kind of bothered me there.
Sorcerers in the ZENIN clan. All these dudes were semi-grade 1 sorcerers or higher. So on paper, these niggas should not be bums. But Maki didn't give a damn who they were, cause she was here to expose these bums for the frauds that they were. So the first thing that she does is instantly speed blitz Nobuaki, the captain of the Kukuru unit. And she wasted little to no time on his sorry ass. Bro tried to lunge in to attack Maki, but she closed the distance in like 2 seconds and cuts his sword into pieces. Then she ripped his throat out, and the piece of his sword that ended up getting broken off flew back and dove him in the back of the head. Not gonna lie, this has to be her most.
Cut it. We don't need to see anymore. We don't need to see anything else. Oh my god. The fucking trial can end there.
Brutal kill in this whole case, because this was just flat out disgusting. She really just grabbed him by the neck and ripped out his trachea. And while dude was bleeding out and gasping for air, his own sword hits the reverse and throws him in the head. Like, good God, that is just pure brutality. So next up was the old man with the mohawk. And just look at him in this frame. You know damn well his old ass didn't know what the hell was going on. Unk had no business being here. Maki was so fast she popped up in his face for a good 2 seconds. And you see his death from his POV. Maki ripped his eyes out and crushed them in front of him. She brutally murdered a senior citizen who probably had Alzheimer's disease. So after she took out the first 2, she ends up getting hit by this gravity magic attack by this rat tail looking motherfucker. And he was trying to hold her down for this ore farmer Junichi to not do shit. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'ma be 100% real with y'all. This Junichi nigga had my ass fooled. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be one of them ones. I mean, look at the nigga. He looked the part.
Yeah, facts.
He looking like Uvo from Hunter x Hunter.
I was just about to say he looked like Uvogin. Like, he looks tough. I thought he was gonna be like the main menace besides Naoya when I was like seeing clips and shit. Of course, I mean, we know how it ended. Like, I know how it ended. I read manga, but still. That's why I say the anime is so good, man. Like, love that love fucking JJK, man. Love it.
Was Toji's brother, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, he was Toji's brother? Damn, fuck.
He was gonna be like that. But no, my disappointment was immeasurable. He hits Maki with the same move Deku hit Overhaul with. Just a massive barrage of punches that ended up manifesting into a bunch of giant fists. And it looks like this attack should have done something. Hell, the explosion the attack gave off was like a nuke just got set off. But when the dust clears, the first person that you see is Ranta. And his little rat-tailed ass was bleeding out because he was trying to hold down Maki so Junichi could kill her. And he thinks that he is dying at peace, thinking that his boy Junichi just finished the job. So when he finally dies, you see Maki walk out of the smoke. And when she walks past him, she is carrying Junichi's head. This kid Ranta died living a false reality because his sacrifice meant nothing. Bro,
he didn't even die to Maki. He died because his technique overwhelmed him. That's actually crazy. And then he died thinking his brother got... Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Died just for Junichi's sorry ass to not do shit and lose every bit of aura bro had. So after the fraudulent four got packed up, the last man standing was none other than the leader of the ZENIN clan's most elite squad of bums, the misogynistic tickle monster himself, Naoya. And this wide-mouthed, lockjawed, crooked-tooth-looking motherfucker probably gave Maki the best spa day she's ever had in her life. I mean, look at this 5-star customer service. He is massaging every muscle on her body at 24 frames per second. That shit probably feels amazing. Then he got to his chiropractic bag. Niggas started to throw her in the mountains and shit, making sure her bones and joints were loose from all that tension. Cause he knew her back had to hurt from carrying this episode so damn hard. So after about a good 12 seconds when the massage was finally over, we get to the demise of Naoya. And one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen. Maki ends up squatting down into the stance of a sumo wrestler. And she just stands here and waits patiently to swat this nigga like the fly that he was. So while Naoya was running to use his finishing move, Maki basically figured out how his technique works and downloaded his movements and read him like a book. She turns around and stares into this nigga's soul. Fist cocked back and loaded, and you can see it in Naoya's face. Bro is looking like the two dudes from the last video that were in the same exact situation. And he was probably thinking the same thing they were in his last moments.
Damn, he really about to rock my shit.
Ah, damn.
Fatality.
And with his face caved in and skull shattered, the strongest misogynist in history was cooked. And
off a punch. Off the punch. Fuck that nigga anyway, bruh. He did Choso dirty. And he lost that fucking fight.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the final on-screen victim of the ZENIN clan massacre. And it was none other than her sorry-ass mama. And the way she killed her was actually very unsettling. She was basically walking around and playing hide and seek with her while calling out, "Mother," in a tone that felt like she was just trying to talk with the intentions of killing her. She was moving like an actual serial killer. So when she finally found her, you can just see the terror on her face because her own daughter that she treated like garbage was about to take her life. And Maki didn't even hesitate to do it. She slit her throat and that was that. Ball game. Now let me give her sorry ass mama a little credit. She did make sure to send Naoya's two-faced Harvey Dent looking ass back to the lobby with the rest of the family. But with that though, every single member of the ZENIN clan that was at the compound that day were dead. And Maki's mother was the last on-screen victim of the massacre. Now I say
On
last
screen.
on screen because guess what? Job's not finished. Because when Mai said destroy it all, she really meant destroy it all. Because after she massacred everybody at the compound that day, she went off and boomed every other ZENIN clan member that wasn't there that day.
Oh, that's what that line of Puro Juice's rap meant. Oh.
She took every last one of these niggas off the map. You wasn't even safe if you wasn't even at the compound that day. She still found those niggas and killed them.
Fuck.
And she
That fucking got me. That jump scare fucking got me. FNAF 2 jump scares always fucking get me, bro. Fuck!
completely eradicated the entire bloodline to the point where they ended up getting kicked out of the big three families and their entire family legacy was ruined. Now, last thing to complete this entire exhibit, let's estimate how many people she actually killed. Now, with the resources we got, we can make a pretty good estimate. So let's look at this family photo right here. Every person in this photo besides Naobito got killed by MAKI, and that would be a total of 112. And adding her sorry ass mama, that's 113. Now let's look at everybody that was not at the compound. She killed the other 6 members of the Hay that weren't there that day, 9 members of the Akashi, and 21 other members of the Kukuru unit. So if we add in those other bodies, she dropped off 149 of these niggas.
Shit!
Now, this is not a confirmed number. This is just my estimate. But not gonna lie, that is one wicked kill death ratio.
Actually, nah.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a easy pass. Light work, no reaction. She really exposed how fraudulent the ZENIN clan actually was. Like, it's actually hilarious when you look at this. This clan prides itself off of cursed techniques and cursed energy. And the fact that all these grown-ass men got wiped off the map by a 16-year-old girl that didn't have a drop of that shit is hilarious. Their legacy is cooked. And you know, all this could have been avoided if they just listened to Naobito's will. But hey, they can all have that conversation down there while they burning in hell. Also, for the crime, not guilty. Them niggas had to go.
He said not guilty for the crime. I don't even... What? We didn't even bring up charges or nothing. He just said not guilty for the crime. Easy pass, no jail time, no nothing. I wonder if he'll ever do a record of Ragnarok. I think he has done record before, but I wonder if he'll do any others. Am I tripping? I think he did the Adam fight, but I hope he does record of Ragnarok if he ever gets to it. But shit, if he doesn't though, can't wait for his next vid. With that being said, that is going to be CJ Dachamp's Trial of MAKI ZENIN. Make sure you guys go like and subscribe, like and support the original, share the video if you think someone will enjoy it, comment your favorite part, follow my socials, come to the Twitch. With that being said, I'll see y'all next time.
Kick the body once just to be sure. Oh yeah, that's a red dead deputy. Full clip with the red dead weaponry. Gold chopper still walk with it next to me. Bullets beats out of they hit him with force. Horse ride with no bitch in the back of it. Yeehaw from the burn, I'm smacking it. Put the weed cigar on, I'm packing it. Red shot, hit him all you see is a red dot.